friends, aunts, grandmas, grandpas, uncles, neighbors, friends, pets. It's good to have you here today. We've got quite a show for you, and we've got to get started fairly quickly because the NZM people have something scheduled at 11:30, and all of this has to disappear. Not only just the kids, but all the platforms. So we're going to go pretty quick. This is a show about heroes. Every one of us probably somewhere in our lives has a hero. This is about our tall tales in American heroes. I want to ask our newest student in the 5th grade, Aaron, who his hero might be. He said he had a list of several, but which one would you want to tell us about?
The people who tried to save the people who were in the World Trade Center.
I think there are a lot of heroes. It's very, very important to us this year, particularly. We should not ever forget those people who have tried to rescue and been successful, or perhaps not even been successful, or have given their lives for our country as well. So let's go off now to our tall tales. All of these are based on real people, but the stories just seem to have gotten somewhat exaggerated. So here we go. Thank you, Aaron. Here we go. Tall tales and heroes.
but this country has always had plenty of boats.
Thank goodness!
One of our biggest problems is back in 1754. We were starting a new country, and one of our first heroes was getting born.
Oh boy, who was he?
He was a her.
Yay!
As we were saying, Molly Pitcher and the 13 colonies were born about the same time. Pitcher, that's a funny name. Her real name was Mary Loveland, but her family called her Molly, and the soldiers nicknamed her Molly Pitcher. Wait a minute, what soldiers? The soldiers from the American Army. Molly used to carry water to them as they marched by her
Sorry we got hired. We're cold and tired. Got no clothes and shoes. We're singing the blues. Singing the blues. Keep on marching up because we're bold. We gotta keep moving 'cause our feet are cold. And we're singing the blues. Singing the blues. Through sickness, hunger, cold and snowing, Washington kept his corn and going. And we're singing the blues. Singing the blues.
Molly, water please! Molly, the pitcher!
Singing the blues.
Molly, water!
Molly, the pitcher. Singing the blues. Pitcher. Singing the blues. Molly, pitcher. Oh, oh,
got her name. Is that how she became a hero?
No, but we're getting to that part.
Molly grew up and got married.
And the 13 colonies grew up and became...
United States of America.
I bet old King George didn't like that. He didn't. So in 1778, they had a little war to settle things.
Now that was the hottest summer on record.
How hot was it?
It was so hot, chickens were like hard-boiled eggs. What's that have to do with Molly Pitcher?
There's a battle going on next to Molly's house.
And it was during the hottest part of the hottest day of the hottest year in the country.
And around about 2 o'clock, all of our cannons got fired.
The guns were either dead or too tired to fire another shot.
So Molly rushed to a cannon and kept fighting until way after dark.
And what happened to the British? They ran away during the night.
Molly Pitcher was a maid who fought for freedom unafraid. She carried water, fired a gun, and won the praise of Washington.
Molly Pitcher, I am very proud to present you with this Medal of Honor for your bravery and compassion. Molly Pitcher, you go down in history as a hero, and my name is King George, father of this country, Washington.
Young Molly Pitcher was a maid who fought for freedom. She carried water, and fired the praise and Washington. She carried water, and fired the praise and won the praise of
The Revolutionary War made lots of heroes, like Patrick Henry,
And Paul Revere.
and Ethan Allen, and George Washington,
And John Paul Jones.
and Alfred Bulltop Stormalong. Captain Alfred Bulltop Stormalong.
He helped John Paul Jones start the Navy and win the war.
Are you sure he's a hero? I've never heard of him. Of course we're sure.
In fact, we'll tell you a story about him.
Once upon a time, after John Paul Jones and Captain Stormalong won the war, he left the Navy and built his own ship.
Now, Captain Stormalong was a really big man, so he had a really big ship.
How
big was it?
It was so big, it took 2 days to left from the bow to the stern.
along was sailing through the English Channel carrying a cargo of soap.
His ship was so big he was afraid it might get stuck. So what did he do?
He had sailors rope soap all over the sides of the ship.
And did they make it through the channel? Yes, but he scraped the sides of the ship against the black cliffs of Dover. Wait a minute. The cliffs of Dover are white, not black.
Well, they're white now.
And that's only because the soap rubbed off on them. Oh, good grief.
Julian, that's why they're called the White Cliffs of Dover.
Oh, good grief.
We're gonna tell about the heroes, the Crockett's of Tennessee. Yeehaw!
Yes, sir. Davy Crockett grinned a bear right out of the tree. Learned that from his paw. His paw was in a hailstorm in the sunshine. And he's about to jump backward over the fence when she was 85. And his wife could laugh far across the tree. Family, all right. That's because they had a motto to live by.
Be sure you're right and then go ahead.
That's what they always did.
Davy Crockett was a hero with the stories that we know. He's gonna play someplace in history with his philosophy. Be sure you're right, yeehaw! And then go ahead, be sure you're right. Then do it very fast before you act, and then get right to it. Every member of his family was exceptionally handy. And they were heroes, everyone, because they got things done. Be sure you're right, yeehaw! And then go ahead, be sure you're right. Then do it very fast before you act, and then get right to it. When you have to solve a problem, here's the way to get the job done. You just remember Davy Crockett's line, and you'll come out just fine. Be sure you're right, yeehaw! And then go ahead, be sure you're right. Then do it very fast before you act, and then get right to it. Get to it!
When Davy grew up, he decided to run for Congress. That's when Andrew Jackson was president. When he was like the day he came back to Washington, he had a great adventure in 1835. It was a comet headed straight to the United States. It was getting closer every day. Congress made speeches against it.
But it kept coming.
They even passed laws against it.
But it kept coming.
Finally, they had a committee investigating.
But it kept coming.
Time was running out, so President Jackson asked Davy to stop it.
So what did he do?
He went up to the top of Cloud Mountain, and when it came close enough, he grabbed him by the tail, swung it around with his hand, and sent it flying off in the other direction.
Save the United States.
Now, if you doubt that story, you can just look up Haley's Comet, year 1835, and you'll see it didn't hit the United States. The part about Davy might not be there. That's because Davy was so shy about publicity. One more thing, you might want to try to catch it in the hall. Just remember one thing.
Be sure you're right, yeehaw! And then go ahead, be sure you're right. Then do it very fast before you act, and then get right to it. Get to it!
You're a big hero.
Yeah, but Johnny Appleseed was better.
Johnny 1845, so he was the first Texas hero. One day, Bill came upon a bunch of ranch hands.
Tex, what are they doing? They're gifting down. Come on out here where I can see you. Now explain this to me.
Well, sir, first we make a loop in the end of the rope.
Then we take the rope and put it down and put some bait in it.
Then we hide and wait for a cow.
When the cow puts its foot in the loop, we pull the rope and catch the cow. Then we put a rope around the cow's neck and drag it to market.
It's called a cow pull.
This just won't do. Texas will mount to a hill of beans if
But
we keep
we always done
doing
it.
things this way.
But we always done it this way.
From now on, we're going to do it my way. We're going to rope cows with lassos. Then we're going to brand them. So we know who they belong to. And then we're going to drive the whole herd to market.
No more catapults?
Nope, from now on, it's cattle drive.
Bill enjoyed ranching until he contracted a strange illness.
He fell in love.
As you might imagine, Bill didn't fall in love with any other ordinary female. No, sir. He fell in love with Slewfoot Sue.
Sue was most marvelously tall.
How tall was she?
I was so tall that when it rained, I got wet 15 minutes before anyone else. And she squeezed rocks and drank the juice for breakfast. That made her very strong.
How strong was she?
I was so strong I could pull crooked roads straight.
That's not what won me. No, sir, breeze. It was the way she could ride whales. Now, I've seen other Texas girls ride whales, but none of them enjoyed it the way Sue did.
So Slewfoot Sue and Tango Bill were married. And as far as we know, they lived happily ever after.
But it's hard to prove that part of the story.
After Tango spoke up cow hands about ranching, Texas really started to grow. A lot of new things came along like the Pony Express and Pony Express riders like Calamity Jane. Now there's American hero if we ever had one. Some folks say she could ride a horse before she could walk and do things and shoot him before she could talk. I should have to tell you I could, but I could ride and shoot fast and grease knives. When I was 18, I saved the life from a gentle cuss's mitt.
I'm much obliged to you, Jane. You always show up when there's trouble. I think they ought to call you Calamity Jane.
You know what an origin name? No, my real name is Martha Carey, but folks that have to travel home said they call me Jane. You know, plain Jane? But I changed all that. I used to be plain Jane. I used to be plain Jane. I used to be plain Jane.
But now that's all been changed. They call her Calamity. They call her Calamity.
replace stagecoaches. In fact, our next hero worked for the railroad in West Virginia. That's right, John Henry, the steel driving man.
What's that mean?
Well, back in the 1870s, men dug tunnels by hand.
Even through mountains?
Yes, one man held a steel spike against the mountain, and then another one hit it with a hammer. That's how men made tunnels for railroads. Now, John Henry could drive steel faster than any other man.
How fast could he go?
He could outdrive 20 men and never get tired. Then, one day, a salesman came to the camp.
As boss of this outfit, I'm sure you'll see the advantages of my machine. I guarantee you the steam drill will save you money. It'll outdrive 20 men. It never gets tired. You never have to feed it. Yes, sir. A good investment. A good investment.
I already have a man who can outdrive 20 men. His name's John Henry. I'm right fond of him.
Well, he's just a man. This is a machine.
I'll bet John Henry can outdrive your machine.
I'll take that bet.
I can beat any machine. I'm a steel driving man. I got pride hammering in my soul.
The word went out, there was gonna be a race, and everybody came for to get a looking place. John Henry was a man, John Henry long and lean. John Henry was a man who could beat the machine. 40-pound hammer put him in control. He said,
I feel pride hammering in my soul.
John Henry was a man, John Henry long and lean. John Henry was a man who could beat the machine. The whistle blew and the race began. Steam drew and steel driving man. John Henry was a man, John Henry long and lean. John Henry was a man who could beat the machine. They were neck and neck and he eluded his son, but the man just smiled, he was having fun. John Henry was a man, John Henry long and lean. John Henry was a man who could beat the machine. They would pull their hair, he was gaining ground, and a cheer went out from the people all around. The race went on for many an hour, and the steam drill ran on its hot steam power. John Henry was a man, John Henry long and lean. John Henry was a man who could beat the machine. John was tired, he could see it in his face, but he wouldn't give up, and he wouldn't slow his pace. John Henry was a man, John Henry long and lean. John Henry was a man who could beat the machine. Well, boss called time, and his heading son. And the word went out, John Henry won! Yay! John Henry was a man, John Henry long and lean. John Henry was a man who could beat the machine. Let's go hero for last. We're gonna tell all about the heroes. Oh, I like it!
Now, everyone knows that Paul Bunyan was born in Maine, and that Paul had a giant clock named Jane, and that Paul was the greatest lumberjack in the world, and that Paul could cut down 100 trees at one time, and that Paul's bookkeeper was called Johnny Inkslinger, and that Paul logged all the trees out of North Dakota, and that